What is up, everybody? This is Noah with another unscripted commentary. This time, I wanted to talk to you guys about simulation versus emulation. This is a little bit more complicated. I'll probably write something or make a longer video, but I just wanted to kind of brainstorm out loud and kind of process it. But there's this idea of simulation. You can start there, where we're trying to evoke a particular feeling or experience without doing the work to fully recreate it from the ground up. So there's plenty of things that are simulated. Maybe it would be something like strawberry flavored gum is a simulation of strawberries. The flavoring is not made from strawberries. It's made from some sort of chemical that we found that tastes like strawberries, and we recreate it. And so you don't get the full experience. It's a facsimile of the real thing. And so how good a simulation is how well it's able to, be inseparable in experience from the real thing. Whereas emulation is you're building it from the ground up. We're gonna fully recreate a strawberry from scratch, and that's a little bit more difficult to imagine. We're gonna recreate the DNA, and we're gonna have it grow from that seed that we were able to generate through science, and we'll have it appear. But that's the idea of emulation, is that we need to somehow recreate this experience from nowhere. Let's ground it in something that's a little bit more approachable. So there are two people I know. One of them smiles all the time, and she just does it. She's smiling all the time. But when she encounters really difficult moments, she doesn't know how to process it. And so what she does is she continues to smile and just tries to brush it off. And I think if I had to psychologize, and no judgment, this is just what I think might be happening is that she has somebody in her life who is truly happy and joyful, that she is trying to mimic or process with, and this isn't ideal for her. But she doesn't know what to do with this. And so she kind of smiles through it and is uncomfortable, but she just tries to move on. And there's another person I know who is very similar in a lot of ways. She's constantly smiling, but there seems to be a bit more genuineness to it. That, I kind of trust her joy, maybe. And the reason for this is that when the second person goes through a difficult time, she's crushed. And she, in conversations, she says, I don't know why this is the case. And it really hurts her. And I don't know, this might sound really mean, so I'm trying to make sure that's very clear that, I trust the second woman because I know that when she says she feels joy, right, or when she's expressing it, I know it's real because I know that she has fully confronted the bad stuff. That she doesn't do that in ignorance or even feigned ignorance of difficult things, but it's pure, it's real, and it shows, right? There's something about this person with, when she walks into a room, it brightens up. There's certain people like that where they just exude light and warmth. And so there is this sense in which a simulation is us faking it till we make it. That we're just trying to do the thing, and we only know what it looks like at the end, and so we just kind of pretend to be the last version of it. I think faking it till you make it is helpful in some ways, but I think it can also often be harmful. That we don't know what it's like to struggle from the outside. When we see somebody who is kind of complete in their formation, they make it look easy. But the emulation side is seeing like there is a full person, there's a full context, that this is a growth that somebody had to make to reach this point, that they had to accept the difficult trials, and they had to accept failure, and they had to accept you know, everything that comes along with it in order to reach the point in which that, you know, they could be this fully formed person. So I just want to encourage you all, don't be discouraged if you don't feel like you're looking the way you need to. You're not living up to ideals, because that's part of the process. This part of the process of growth is that you can't just be perfect on day one, that you have to live into that experience. And there's a lot of other ways that this idea can be applicable to things that we talk about. I think there's a bit of large language model, ChatGPT, and the way that these models are also simulating. They're simulating the experience of connecting with a real person, but they don't contain the grit or the development or the real learning. That it's a BS machine, right? It's BSing you as much as it can, and that's what it's made to do. And so, like, at the same time, as you are trying to emulate, also recognize when other people are doing the simulation, or, you know, devices are being used. Sometimes the simulation is useful and it's good, but there are many times in which when you separate something from the context in which it was grown in, it can be a curse instead of a blessing. So that's all I have to share. Thank you all for joining. If you have a question that you would like to ask or have me answer, please put it down in the comments, or there's a form down in the description. I read through those, and I've made a video on every single one of them that I've gotten, so I will try my best to keep out that streak. But thank you all, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Have a good one.